All right, we are here. We're Friday night flights. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome back, all my fine aviation enthusiast friends. Welcome back to the airplane show. Best dang airplane show you ever gonna see on this Friday night, that's for sure. I guarantee that. Let me show you what we're gonna do today on the airplane show. So I had somebody ask me to do a flight for this airport. So I think what I'm going to do is just reverse this flight. So I bet you if I put in Sky 830 or Sky 832, it's probably going to pull up the opposite. Let's see what happens. All right, let's do 832 first. Hope everybody's doing well on this Friday night. Yep. Yeah, usually flights, they usually go up or down a digit. So we're going to do this here flight. Wow. Last time it took place was in 2015. Whoa. That is an old freaking flight. All right. So this was a 737. We're not going to fly a 737 today. We're going to fly the Cessna Citation Longitude. So let's go ahead and input that into our Simbrief. So I just got this plane today. I just upgraded the Microsoft to their premium whatever package. So now I have like the Cessna. I got the SR-22. I got the Dreamliner, which is very disappointing that a lot of the stuff doesn't work well on it. Now, I have had a little bit of an issue with this Citation, I will say, and if I have an issue with it tonight, we're just going to do a 737 instead. But I tried this plane out earlier, and the screen was really choppy. The frame rate was terrible, and I don't understand why. I took the photo gammetry, I think is what it's called. I turned that off, so you know, the buildings aren't in like this, you know, really cool looking 3D. I turned that off. I have a LAN cable, you know, connected to the Xbox. Like, I never usually have issues with frame rate, but yeah, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. Is that Johnny B? We're just gonna call you B. All right, B, let's go ahead and build this here flight. So we got RJFF to RJAH. So let me make sure Simbrief is actually showing up. A pain in the dick sometimes. All right, let's put you away. All right, well, if I can't get it to show up, then wait a minute, maybe I can do it now. There we go. Here's the desktop. Jesus, man. I really need to get a new laptop. There's the desktop. Jesus, man. I really need to get a new laptop, that's for sure. I'm getting really tired of fighting with this laptop. I've had this laptop for a while, and some days it's really cool, it's really good some days, and days like today, it's not so good. So let me go back to the screen. So I had somebody last night actually asked me to fly to or from, I forget what he asked, but he wanted me to do this airport. So Skymark did a flight today to this airport, but you know, when we land, we just really go to the runway. We're gonna actually start here. So this is for a 737, this particular flight that took place like 9 years ago, but we're gonna use the Citation Longitude for that. So let's go ahead and put in my airline, which is HO 123. And we got RJFF to RJAH, I believe is the correct RJAH. All right, let's get rid of that screen now. We don't need that. All right, and let's see if they got the longitude on this here page. I thought I saw it before. I know they have the latitude. Oh, they do. Now that's a different number than what's in FlightAware. You know, different 3 digits, but that's all right. It says longitude. I'm sure it'll work. All right, so we got that. Yeah, 1 hour and 55 minutes. That works for me. It's Friday night. I got nowhere to be tomorrow, so we are cool with that. We got kilograms. That's good. All right, let's generate the flizzite for the Friday night flizzites. Yes, sir. Let me get my iPad ready to roll so I can get these graphs up on my iPad. All right, so we can close out Simbrief. Let's go to import flight, import from Simbrief. Japan's a really pretty country to fly over. I love doing flights over Japan. It's so, yeah, it's a pretty flight, that's for sure. All right, RJ, let's go over yonder. Let's zoomy. And let's see, we don't have an arrival, that's okay. Let's see what approach we have available. ILS. All right, we can do that. Whoa, look at that. ILS for one runway 3. That is interesting. Let me see what kind of arrivals they have. It's only showing 2. Let's do this. Let's change our flight up a little bit. Okay, so let's get rid of... Okay, we got. Let's get rid of this waypoint here. No, I don't want to auto route. I want to get rid of it. All right, let's do this. Edit. Let's get rid of this one, and we'll keep Tatsu. And let's click done. There we go. Got our big boy brain working tonight, that's for sure. Got that big boy brain. And then we can do, this is going to be a cool landing. Look at this thing. It's like a DME arc. All right, so we got ILS. Let's make sure it's not one of those weird landings where it's like you need to have permission. Oh, I think it is. Dang, let me see what it says here. Does it have the AR next to it? Oh, it doesn't have AR next to it. All right, usually when it has an AR up here on the top, I think that means like you need to get approval or something, some bullshit like that. All right, so let's do this here. Let's add this to the route. That's gonna be a cool land. It's gonna be a cool little flight. I hope we don't screw it up. I'm pretty excited for this thing. So we got the Simbrief here. Let me see what altitude we're supposed to be flying at tonight. 45,000 feet. Good Lord almighty. Where are we supposed to be at 45,000 feet by? Let's see here. By top of climb is Y33, right before Malta. So, all right, very good. All right, so we can close this out now. We can unload this because I'm going to pull this up on my iPad so I can input everything in. Hopefully they got ground power at this airport because it's going to be a few minutes to get this plane set up tonight. I can already tell. All right, let's see here. We got this. That's good. All right, let's get rid of that, and let's get rid of... Come on now. All right, close Chrome. There we go. Very good. Yay, we did it. Yay. All right, so here's the Cessna. We got a few different liveries we can choose from. Pacifica, Aviator Club. I don't know what this Pacifica looks like. Let me see here. I mean, since we are over by the Pacific, let's see what this bad boy looks like. Switch camera. That's not too bad looking. Let's do this one. Pacifica Airways. All right, so let's go to World Mapski. And let's see here. We're gonna go to RJFF, which I think is one of the airports that they like kind of handcrafted. That's what all these airports are here. All right, let's see here. Oh, maybe it's not. I thought it was. All right, no worries. Let's go in here and type it in. Come on, stop being a bitch. There we go. Fukuoka. All right, we are taking off from runway 34. Let's see here, ramp 33. I like 33, that's a good number. Small. Well, you know, maybe we'll park up here because this guy wanted to see like the airport. So let's park up here, and that way he can kind of get a we can get a view of the airport. Yeah, we'll just do that here. Let's see here, gate 50. There we go, small, gate 50. There we go. All right, we're in it to win it. Yep, Pacifica Airlines. I haven't found anybody that's done any like liveries for this plane, so we're just gonna be flying Pacifica Airways over beautiful Japan. That's right. It's one country I definitely would love to go to at some point. My son actually taught himself Japanese over the shutdown, over the COVID shutdown. Man, that dude can speak some good Japanese, man. It's crazy. We go to this Japanese restaurant near my house, and he actually orders in Japanese, man. That shit is wild. All right, here we go. Let's get it. So here we go, Pacifica Airways in Japan. Oh, we do have ground power here. Very nice. All right, so let's get rid of Mr. Yoke. Let's get rid of the yoke. And I guess we can use the checklist. So what I've been doing is I just been doing like the one where it talks back to you, the evaluation one. So let's click on this.
Parking brake. Set. Battery switches. On. Generator switches. On. APU knob.
Well, we're not turning on the APU just yet. Let me see if we got this power over here first. Sweet, we do have ground power. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and get our plane set up. I love, love, love this system. This system is so fucking dope. I just wish that I could get like traffic and pull up the charts, but I don't have a way to link a subscription to it. So, all right, let's go to flight plan. Let's do RJFF. Yeah, I spent probably about a half an hour today just messing around with this system. This system is so in-depth, man. Like, it's a cool, like, this is one of the best, like the best simulated, systems I've seen that Microsoft has put out. So, all right, so we got this. Let's put in the runway. All right, so procedure is runway 34. All right, runway 34. And our departure is Yokot. Yokot 5. Yep, Yokot 5. And MYE is the transition. All right, let's load that. All right, and let's go ahead and let's start putting in our flight plan. Let me go to the OFP. That's where we can find the rest of this. Let's go back. Let's click on MYE. We're going to add an airway. So go to load airway. We're going to do Y33. And our exit is going to be label. So let's find label. Here we go, label. So load airway. There we go. From label, we're going to add Y121. And swing is going to be our exit. Load airway. From label, from swing, let's go down. From swing, we are going to do Y88. And we're going to exit at Dago. The Dagobah system. Let's see, where's Dago at? There's Dago. All right, load airway. And from Dago, we're going to do, what is it? Y887. There we go, Y887, and we're going to end off at Tatsu. All right, and from there, now is Naka, let me look at the chart for our arrival. I don't know if Naka is the beginning of, no, it's not. Okay, Naka is the next waypoint. And I wasn't sure if that was the beginning of the arrival. Sorry, I was reading something. All right, so let's type in Naka. So NAKAH. I think that's how you spell it. Yep. All right, so Naka. All right, done. Let's put in, let's go to procedure. Let's go to arrival first. All right, well, let's do approach first then. All right, so for the approach, we got ILS-Z runway 03 right. So let's see here. Whoa, does it not have our, I do not see our, Do I have the correct RJ? Oh, I got the wrong airport in there. No wonder. Gee, I'm such an idiot. Jesus. It's RJAH. Boy, I'm an idiot. Glad I found it now instead of, you know, like when we were getting ready to take off. Good Lord. All right, RJAH. Yep, that's correct. Okay, there we go. 03 ILS 03 right. And are we doing Teo? Yep, we're doing Teo. Now the minimums, according to the chart, our minimums is 200, so let's plug that in. All right, enter. And we can show it on the map as well, so if you want to see what it looks like, it's really cool how it shows up on the map there. All right, let's load that. Yep, we're good with that. And now we can put in our arrival. Got, transition is got. Okay, 03 right. Arrival is Dago or Tatsu? Tatsu, 03 right. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, Tatsu Yamad Naka. There we go. Let's see it on the map. Tatsu Naka. Got Tatsu. Oh yeah, we need to get rid of Naka and Yamad. Okay. All right. So we'll erase those here in a moment. All right, load. Okay. So let's go down. All right, let's get rid of this. And let's get rid of Naka. And now we should be good. So we're going to hit Tatsu. Where is Naka? Yeah, we need to get rid of Naka as well. Let's get rid of this one here. Okay, so we should be good now. We got Dago, Tatsu, and then from Tatsu we go to Teo. Actually, let me see here. Let me look at our procedures again. All right, arrival is, no, this is wrong. Where's got? Transition got Dago. Dago Huck 30. Okay, this is the correct one. 03 right. And load. Okay, this is the correct one now. Huck 30 to Teo. Okay, very good. All right, I got to put in our cruising altitude today, which is going to be, it said 45,000 feet. That's pretty high up there. All right, let's see here. Let's see if we can put in, we'll just do like 42,000. I don't want to go to the max. All right, let's see if we can enter that in. Enter. All right, so now we got 42,000 in. Now let's see if we can actually look at our route today. So let's go full. It's starting to do that stutter thing again. Man, I hope this thing does not stutter all night. All right, you know, we don't need to look at it, but man, this thing is starting to stutter again. Might have to do the 737. We will see what happens. All right, is VNAV set? Okay, actual VNAV waypoint 500 VNAV enabled. All right, climb is good. Cruise is set. Descent is good. All right, let's go to home. Let's go to performance. Let's go to takeoff data. We got origin. Oh yeah, we need to do our weights. All right, weights and fuel. So let's see here. Payload is 6. That's fine. What's our cargo according to Simbrief? Let's see what our cargo is. Cargo is 0.2, so let's just put in 200. All right, enter that. Takeoff weight fuel on board is 2.3. So what do they have? 2,300. Yep, 2,300 kilograms. It's a little less than 2,300. I'm rounding up to 2,300. And landing reserves is 304. That's about right. Okay, so operating weight is 10.7, and according to Simbrief, that is a little bit lighter, but it's all good. All right, let's go ahead up here and see if we can. Okay, so this is showing 4,000. So let's move this down to like 2,300. All right, that's close enough. And passenger, how many passengers do we have? We have 10 passengers. All right, so let's add in 77 there. And we'll just sync this with the forward operating base. All right, let's do that. We got 6 passengers. That's good. All right, baggage is come on now. All right, we'll leave all that alone. All right, so let's come up here now and sync this with the forward operating base and see what it says here. All right, payload. Let's take off. Okay, that's close enough. That's kind of what's showing in Simbrief. And if we start running out of fuel mid-flight, we can very easily refuel. So, all right, that's all good. Let's go back here. Now we can go to takeoff data, flight plan. All right, origin, weather, let's load METAR. Temperature, show METAR. So it's currently 1022, so let's adjust this for 1022. 1022 would be, I don't think I can change inoperative. 1022 would be Well, you know what? I can actually get my phone and do that. Give me a second. I don't think I can switch. Yeah, it's inoperative. All right. Let me see if I can plug it in here. All right. PFD settings. No, not there. Map settings. Okay, let me, I have a calculator on my phone that allows me to do this kind of stuff. So let's see what 1022 is. Where's my calculator? Unit converter. It's probably like 3010 or something like that, but let's see here. All right, hectopascals. Where's pressure? Here we go, pressure. All right, and we got 22, yeah, 30.18. So let's plug that in. There's usually a way to switch it. I think I can go into settings and do it, but I don't want to change everything into into imperial system. I want to leave it in the metric system because that's what a lot of the airlines calculate things in. So whenever I'm building flight plans, that's usually what's in there. All right, so runway. All right, reload from database. All right, we got that. Heading is 338. So let's plug that in, our heading here. Heading now, let's plug in 338. All right, we got that. All right, takeoff configuration, use defaults, and takeoff data, accept takeoff speeds. All right, very good. That's all done. Landing data, we don't need to do anything with that yet. All right, speed bugs, they're all on. And flap speeds are right here, so that's all done. I think we're about done with the MFD here. All right, we got traffic there. Let's put weather there because we're going to have traffic on the other one. Aircraft systems, controls, propulsion. All right, exterior lights. Beacon is normal. Yep. Normal propulsion, cabin pressure. Yeah, all that's good. We don't need to mess with anything in here. All right, and utilities, we were just in weight and fuel, timer, baro, setup, avionics. See, we don't have like these databases and all this stuff to be able to link up. Units, magnetic. I wonder if I can do the barometric pressure in here too. No, it doesn't look like it. Kilograms, feet, nautical miles. Okay, no worries. All right, alerts, MF fields, distance, track, estimated time, and route. Okay. All right, we are good. So that's all set. Let's go ahead and what are we doing here? Do we need to do anything here? Yeah, let's put the speed bugs on. All right, takeoff. That's all good. FMS, minimums, PFT. Okay. All right, let's finish getting the plane started up. Oh man, this thing is fucking stuttering. I really hope it. See how what it does? Like you move and it like just freezes. And this is the only plane I've ever seen do this. This is going to drive me nuts, man. I do not want to do. I want to fly this plane. I don't want to fly another plane tonight. And I don't know what. Like I turned off the photo gammetry thing. Like this. Like I thought maybe that would help. Turning this off. Because this eats up a lot of data, but man, it's crazy. All right, let's get the checklist back up. Yeah, I figured earlier maybe it was just the airport I was at, but no.
APU knob. Start. APU RPM.
I like using this checklist system with the
Stabilizes 98% to 100%.
talking.
APU bleed. Norm. APU gen switch. On. External power. Off. Bat amps both. 0 or charging. Power levers. Idle. Right engine run / stop button.
Now I can tell you, starting this plane should be easy. We're supposed to... Come on with this fucking stuttering already. Jesus Christ.
Run.
We're supposed to push
Right
and hold
engine
this...
starter button.
We're supposed to push and hold this button in, but we can't hold it in. So I just keep on pushing it over and over again. And eventually it starts.
Push.
There we go, see?
Engine instruments. Monitor. Power levers. Idle. Left engine run / stop button.
Come on, let me move my cursor.
Run. Left engine starter button.
Come on. Come on, kick on already. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, let's go. As much as I love this plane, man, it's such a pain in the ass, man. Why does Microsoft do this shit? Like, I even tried using the mouse, and it didn't work with the mouse either. I almost want to just autocomplete it. Yeah, let's fucking autocomplete this. Jesus Christ.
Push. Engine instruments.
You're supposed to push it and hold it, but you can't hold it. All right, so there's no more checklists. Let me show you a couple of things. So we have, here we have parking brake, no standby data, and no takeoff, okay? The standby deal is over here. Where did I see that switch earlier? The standby battery switch. Oh my God, this fucking plane. Oh, it's up top, that's right. That's right, with all the lights. No, it's not up here. All right, I'll find it, give me a second. All right, we got anti-collision, and passenger. All right, recog, taxi lights. All right, the standby switch was right here. All right, so that takes care of standby. Now the no takeoff thing is because of the trim. We need to get this trim down into the green. So we need to come over here. And we need to operate this trim here. And pull it back until it goes into the green. It's not moving. All right, let's turn this one. Last time I turned that on and it worked. We might have to give up on this plane because this thing is, here we go. This thing is stuttering, stuttering, stuttering. All right, now that yellow box is going and our stab trim is good, so, all right, let's turn on the flight director. Let's put our altitude at 40,000 feet. To do digits in the hundreds, push the A button, push in on it, and then you can do hundreds. All right, let's push nav. And yeah, I think we're good. So flight level 200. All right, very good. And we are good. Let's put our flaps down. Do we need to back up or can we just take right off from here? We do runway 34. Runway 34 is where? Let's zoom out a little bit. All right, it's behind us. To the left. All right. So, yeah, it might be better if we actually call the ATC and have them back us up. I'm thinking. All right, ground services. Push back. You see how it just like stops and stops and starts? And I'm telling you, if it starts doing this like when we're taxiing, I'm probably just going to kill this and do a 737. I mean, it's crazy. You know, it's not stuttering now. Maybe we'll just have the guy drive us to our destination. Here, just push us all the way there. All right, that's good enough. All right, we can turn off the ATC now. See how it just keeps on freezing? It's so frustrating, man. I never had that issue with the other Cessna they have. The other Cessna jet they have. I forget I think it's a CJ4, I think. Maybe it'll be okay once we get in the air. Let's get in the air and see what happens. It's the only airplane I've ever had an issue with in Microsoft with this kind of performance. I've had other weird things, like I was flying the Antonov the other morning. I'm sorry, the other night I was flying the Antonov, and it supposedly hit something on the runway and crashed. I was going down the runway. I wasn't really doing anything to crash the plane. I was going straight down the runway, and all of a sudden it hit some sort of bump, some phantom, invisible bump, and that was that. That half an hour I put into getting the plane set up was lost. So I don't know. There's some weird things with Microsoft Simulator. I guarantee if this thing was on PlayStation, it wouldn't have these issues. Look at the performance of this thing. They should be ashamed of themselves for putting out something like this. Absolutely ashamed. We're almost in the year 2024. And we put out bullshit like this where you put out a broken ass, plane. This is not a modded plane. This is not like from another company. This comes with the game. So they've had multiple years of development before they released the game, and then years now after this thing has released. Oh yeah, let me show you one more thing that we also don't get. Hang on, let's stop here because I gotta put the landing lights on anyways. So they also give us something to look at up here, which we can't use. Inoperative, so we can't use the heads-up display. We can't use that. That's not. Let's put it in the plane so we can look at it, but let's not let people use it. All right, landing lights on. Yeah, crazy. All right, so let's set this barometer as well, 3018. All right, that's good. Let's do full screen. And let's zoom in a little bit. All right, let's see if we're allowed to fly this plane tonight. Parking brake is released. I mean, the interior is pretty good. I mean, the resolution could be a bit better with some of these buttons. It's very difficult to read some of the lettering on these buttons. I mean, that, I don't know if that's a pixel rate or whatever term is needed to describe it. I don't really, you understand what I'm saying? Like, they're kind of fuzzy. I don't know if that's pixels or, something, but all right, let's bounce. Next stop, the other side of Japan. All right, positive rate, gear up. We are up. And we are stuttering a little bit. Let's get to about 1,500 feet and then we'll engage the autopilot. All right, autopilot's engaged. We can put our flaps up now. It got 250 in there for our speed. Okay, that works. So far, so good. What's our transition altitude? Let me look at our departure here. Transition altitude is 14,000 feet. All right. All right, let's turn off our landing lights. All right, let's reduce our thrusters to climb. Probably should have done that a little earlier, but all right, we can zoom out just a little bit. All right, and let's go standard for our barometric pressure. All right, and we are doing well. We're on our way to 42,000 feet. Probably should check our fuel. Battery. Fuel, we're doing okay. We still have 4,400 pounds. All right, time to top a climb. Oh yeah, because we got to be under 20,000 feet for FF404. YoCat. Okay, YoCat. And then Amaga. So we should, once we cross over FF404, we should be able to resume our climb. All right, let's level off here. We're a little high, but it's okay. Yeah, we got to turn the APU off. And once we cross this next waypoint, we can begin our climb again. It's a fun plane to fly. I mean, when it's not like, I don't know, maybe it's just when it's at the airports, maybe it just has an issue when it's parked there. I mean, because it's doing okay in the air so far. Alright, so once we cross this next waypoint, we can begin our climb again. Excuse me. All right, let's begin our climb again. There we go. Let's put ourselves back in climb speed. There we go. Back in climb speed. What am I looking for in here? Yeah, exterior lights. Navigation. Pulse with TCAS. Okay, yeah, that's all good. Let's put that on just in case normal doesn't do anything. All right, cabin pressure is normal. All right, that's all right. And propulsion. All right, we are in there like swimwear, my mans. So I hope everybody has been enjoying this so far. I like this plane a lot. I just don't know why it doesn't like being on the ground. It just doesn't work too well on the ground, but it works pretty well when it's not on the ground. So yeah, man, I don't know how long this flight's really going to take. Might take another hour. I don't know, but we're in it together. This big aviation enthusiast family we got here. All right, I wonder if I can set some of these parameters. Let me see here. Not that parameter, but like, all right, so that's got the outside temperature. No. All right. Timer, grade, distance to MYE. 78. Okay, that's okay. Let's see what, let's see here. Map settings. Overlays. No, it's not that. I saw it earlier. I was looking at it. Maybe it's under setups here. Nope. Nope. No, it's not that. Oh, well, here we go. Barometric pressure. We can change that to hectopascals. That's what we need. All right, wind. Yeah, that's fine. I saw a setting earlier where we can adjust what shows up on the bottom of the screen there. Map detail. No. Contrast. Maybe it's on the other side. All right, nearest, says weather, utilities, under setup maybe. All right, units, yeah, MFD fields, here we go. Okay, so we have distance to destination. We got distance to destination, desired track, vertical speed required, true airspeed, ground speed, ETA at final destination, Estimated time of arrival, ETA to final destination. Let's do that one. Yeah, I don't think that's what shows up over there. All right. Female unit system. I wonder if we do full screen, if that's when it shows up. Oh, yeah, okay. There we go. Oh, look, it's got the landing elevation. That's pretty cool. All right, we're still going strong. Let's actually reduce the throttle just a little bit. And let's program in. Where can we do that at? Where can we? I'm kind of like learning as we go here with this plane. This is all new for me as well, this plane. Today's my first day using it. All right, comms, audio, and radio. All right, nav 1. Okay. So we got, what is our frequency here? 109.3. Oh, that's what's active already. Oh, very good. All right, so 109.3 is active, and then what we'll do is we'll plug the course in when we get, well, you know what? We can probably plug it in now, actually. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's sync up our heading mode. Push the sync. Let's put heading mode on right now. Let's change our nav source to localizer, and let's plug in 27 is our course. So 27. Very good. And now what we can do is, now that's programmed, let's go ahead and switch this back to FMS. Go up here and push nav again. And now when we switch back over to localizer mode, it will go ahead and it'll be good. All right, let's see here. Let's go to VNav. All right, active descent. Terminal speed 200 knots, 3,000, 10 miles of our destination. And that is close, but we should be within about, we should be at 1,500 feet. So let's see if we can change that. Yeah, that's okay, but I want to change, there we go, 1,500 feet. Yep, that works. Okay, now we're good. Now we are good. VNav's enabled. We can go back. Show on map. Oh, look at that. It's got all the waypoints. Aha. Map detail. Yep, that's good. Map sync on. Sync with MFD left. That's the one right here. All right, that's good. Absolute, relative. Okay, so relative's on one side. We can do absolute on the other side. All right, yeah, that's fine. Inset window, flight plan, text. Yep. All right, aviation, airspace, airports, VORs, track vector, wind vector. Heading orientation up. Yep, that works. Connects radar, even though I don't think radar works. But all right, let's go back to flight plan here, and let's click on full. Yeah, we could probably leave it at 40,000 feet. Oh, it looks like it adjusted it to 40,000 anyways. All right, that's fine. We can sit there at 40,000 feet. I'm good with that. Cruise 320 knots, 0.84. All right, there we go. Need to slow down a little bit or we're going to be setting off the alarms. Here we are over beautiful Japan. I'm half tempted to do the speed up deal where you speed up the simulator, but yeah, I tried that on the Bay 146, and as soon as I clicked forward, the simulator crashed. So time, it's not really that far to time a descent. We got like a half an hour until we need to descend. That's not bad. I'm really digging all these gauges. I think it's so cool. We need to speed up a little bit. You know, I was thinking that if you adjust the throttle, it'll take it out of climb mode and put it into cruise mode, but it doesn't. I don't see a way to do that. It may be something I'm missing, but Those are all bleed switches, pressure, cabin dump, gravity, fuel boost, fuel recirculating, hydraulics. Okay, we're below the takeoff line. Yeah, see, it still says cruise, even though we... Alright, let's just speed back up again. You know, sometimes there's a button to push that switches the engine mode, or... I don't see that anywhere. Oh well. I mean, it's not really a big deal. I'm just, you know, I like to have things work properly, and I really think that this is supposed to say cruise, but I could be wrong. Come fly with us on Pacific Airways. We got choppy as hell frame rate on the ground, but when we in the air, everything is okay. I think this is the same Cessna that X-Plane uses too. I think they use a Longitude also, or maybe it's a Latitude, or it's a CJX. I don't know, whatever. It looks like this plane. It's a CJ Citation X, I think is what X-Plane uses. I really had high hopes for X-Plane a long time ago. I really thought they were gonna do something good, like for mobile gaming and things like that. And I mean, they did a good job initially, but they haven't done anything really to update anything, or I mean, it's still very good at what it does, but it's been the same for many years now. Man, look how flat the Earth looks from up here. Look at how flat the Earth look. Crocker, look. Oh, you see that stuttering? Look how flat the Earth look from up here. All them flat earthers, they're gonna love this plane. Oh, we got some Webers showing up on the maps. Zoom out a little farther than 10 miles. As fast as we're going. Well, that's a very busy map. Let's change that up a little bit. Boy, that is very busy. Show on map. Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. Alright, there we go. Got that done. That done. That done. Let's go back. Here we go. Ah, that's better. Got all them waypoints showing up there. All them fresh waypoints. What you know about them waypoints? YouTubes? Got all them waypoints. I hear a pitter-patter of feet. Just move your pizza to Daddy Green's Pizza. If y'all don't know about that, that's from a great movie from the 80s. It's called Bruce. It's called, I know the character is Bruce Leroy. The Last Dragon. That's the name of the movie. Man, it is great. Just a great comedy from I think it's from like the mid 80s. But you got Bruce Leroy fighting the show enough. Show enough. Boy, I'm locked with this view here. I can't go. Oh man, we're starting to get that stuttering again. Just move your pizza to Daddy Green's Pizza. Say, kiss my Converse, Leroy. Alright, we're still doing good on fuel. So this is not like Aerofly where you need to refuel mid-flight. Unrestricted TCAS. Let's adjust that actually. Let's adjust the mileage for that. Let's see here. I believe it's under map settings. Oh no, we don't need to go to map settings. It's right here. I believe that's it. 12 miles. 24 miles. There we go. Okay. There we go. Man, I wish the Dreamliner was as in-depth as this plane. That Dreamliner, I think the Dreamliner on Aerofly, you can do more inside the cabin with that plane, I believe, than you can with the one from here. I was really hoping that little tablet on the side would be integrated, you know, where you can plug in the runway information and the weight, the temperature, and all. I was really hoping that would be integrated in this simulator, but nope. It's the exact same stupid ass system that Aerofly uses, where it's just there just to play around with it. It has no functionality at all. Where it's functional in real life, but you know, I guess they couldn't write the code for it. Oh, we leaning. Got that 40,000 foot lean. At a time of descent, oh, there we go, 30, okay. RJOO, I know that airport. What airport is that? I've seen that airport before. Oh, Osaka, okay. I know I've seen that. I've planned some flights there before. I just never actually flew there before. Osaka. We should do a flight one of these days where, like, we have to, like, you know, change it mid-flight, go in and just pick a whole new airport and all that. All right, NDB's leisure. All right, that's good there. Oh, those are the track things up here. ETA, well, it's still showing. Oh, that must be to the next waypoint. All right, so we should land at 3 o'clock UTC time. Well, What time is it now versus UTC time? Like, I know where I live, it's 5 hours. It's a 4 hour difference, 5 hour difference now. But what is it over in Japan? Well, maybe I think, you know what, we can change the UTC time, actually. Let's, oh, where was it at again? Was it under utilities? I think it was under setup. Avionics setup. Units. Yeah, time format. UTC. Let's do local 24 Local 24 mode. Now let's see what you say. 3:20. Well, that still doesn't help. What time is it now? Where's the clock? Where's the clock in this blasted plane? Okay, local is 2:48. And we should land at 3:28. So we should be... Okay. Yeah, we're good. I mean, I'm in no rush to end the flight. I'm just trying to get familiarized with this here plane. Familiarize with this here plane. Man, we are way above the clouds today. Good Lord. Maybe when the new Microsoft simulator comes out next year, maybe they'll incorporate a better fast forward feature. PMDG, they have an excellent one in that 737 of theirs. I mean, the autopilot works really well. I mean, it's smooth, it's easy to use. The one built in from Microsoft, man, it's terrible. It's just terrible. Especially when it crashes the simulator. But yeah, there's a lot of cool planes that came with that package. Got the Cirrus SR-22, which is a really fun single prop engine plane to fly at. Plane's really fun. It came with that shitty ass Dreamliner. Came with 2 Diamond aircraft, both of which I think one has a Garmin system, the other one it just old school dials, which is okay. I mean, that's fun periodically to fly with just old school, navigation, VORs and ADFs and things like that, and not being able to, input an actual flight plan. There was another plane that I think it came with too, but did come with some new airports too. It came with like Amsterdam, and San Francisco, and Denver, Heathrow, and the UA. What's the one out there? Where Emirates always flies out of. The UAE, United Arab Emirates. It starts with an O. I forget the name of the area over there. Well, whatever. And it came with a Denver. What the hell is the name of that? God, it's like where all the rich people go. Probably look it up. What's up, bro? What's that rich Arab nation over there? No, it's like UAE. It's like, yeah, but it starts with an O. No, it's not what I'm talking about. It's not what I'm talking about. Let me look it up. It's got a really cool airport, and it's got like islands in the shape of like palm trees. It's near. It's not too far from Oman, but let's see what it's called. United UAE airport. Is it Dubai? No. Maybe it's Dubai. Let me see. Airport. Yeah, Dubai. That's what I was thinking of, Dubai. Okay. No. Talking about an airport. I was talking about an airport. Alright, we got 20 miles to the top of our descent. Well, that's a pretty big target for feet per minute. Minus 3,000. Some high mountains over here somewhere, according to the map. See any, but yep. So we're just going to let the autopilot do its thing until we get to the spot where we need to switch it from the flight management system to VOR mode, and then we'll go ahead and push the approach button. Actually, let's arm VNAV now. So VNAV is armed. Yep, and then when we get to the spot where we need to arm the approach mode, we'll arm that. That should activate the localizer and the glide scope. Oh, we're in cruise mode now. Maybe it switches depending on where you're at in the flight plan. You know, because before that, the up top here, like if we scroll back up, how it said climb. I don't know if you saw that. See how it says climb here on the side? I wonder if it was basing N1 off of whatever shows up here on the climb, because you can actually change this to cruise or descent or climb. So bet you that's what was going on. I bet you that's why now it says cruise and before it was saying climb. All right, let's plug in. What are we descending to first? 25.1. So let's plug in 25,100 feet first. And the reason I do that is, instead of just dialing it all the way down to like 1,500 feet like we're going to eventually get to, I like to see on the map where versus the waypoint we're going to descend to. So like if we're supposed to be at, say, 30,000 feet at swing right here, instead of plugging in like your final altitude, if you plug in 30,000, usually there's some sort of icon or crescent shape or asterisk or something that'll show you where you're going to get to that altitude versus the waypoint. So I like doing that so I can see if we need to increase our descent, angle, or reduce our speed more, or do something to adjust the rate of descent. We got about 17 minutes until we need to descend. We're doing all right. But once we got off the ground, we're okay. It seems like I don't know what it was on ground today. I've tried it. This airplane, I tried it before. I made dinner. Well, I had to go to the store first, then make dinner. But I was over there in Sedona, Arizona, at that airport that Microsoft kind of like handcrafted. Man, I could barely taxi. This thing would like start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Like, it was crazy. But once it's in the air, it's okay. Pacific Airways. getting you to all points of Japan on time. Yes, sir. Friday night flights. That's what I'm talking about. Sync our heading mode. Now that course showing up there in the upper corner there, that's got nothing to do with the course that we programmed in earlier. That's the course for the FMS mode. That's got nothing to do with what we did earlier. I think there's only one other plane in this simulator that has this type of like Garmin FMS system. I know there's a it's a propeller plane. I think it's the PMD, TMJ. Yeah, I forget the company that makes it, but it's this propeller plane where it's got like these little pipes that come out of the side of the front of it. It's kind of cool looking. Yeah, it's the only other airplane I know that's got this kind of full push button system. All the other ones have that old style, I guess it's a Garmin G1000 system, I think it is. And then I like the Sirius, the SR22. I like their input system. It's got a full out, like, you know, like it's got a full out QWERTY keyboard, like a real keyboard. It's not push button. You got real buttons. Today is my favorite day of the week. It's Friday and it's payday. My two favorite days. I almost had a big payday the other day. 2 numbers off, 2 numbers away from winning the Mega Millions. And then I had plenty of FU money at that point. If you don't know what FU money is, it's enough money to where if somebody asks you to do something, you can just say FU. Like, oh, come to work today. F you. I don't like your tone of voice. F you. You need to be here at this time. F you. I get big old F and U initials shaved into the back of my head. And that way I don't even have to answer anybody. I can just turn around. They can look at the back of my head. Say F you. Yeah, I won a couple $100. I mean, certainly more than I paid for the ticket. But I've been playing the same numbers like every week for God, probably since 2018, I guess, something like that. So I'm at the point now where like I feel if I don't play the numbers, that's when the winning numbers are going to come out, and then I'm going to be beating myself up for the rest of my life that I didn't, spend the $2 to play. Oh, what mountain range is that? Those mountains are high as shit in the air. We are near RJAF. What's RJAF again? That's the airport we almost went through the first time. RJAF is... Matsumoto. I'm gonna have to look that up because there's some really big mountains over here. Matsumoto. Have to remember that. Look at them things, man. Those things are like as high as the clouds. Now, those clouds, I don't know what feet those clouds are. There's probably maybe 15,000 feet in the air, I would think, because they're very well below us. I need to remember that racetrack too. I've been playing a lot of Forza Motorsport, and there's a racetrack in Japan that's got Mount Fuji in the background. I think it's Kayamoto, but that racetrack's cool as hell with the cherry blossoms all around it, and then Mount Fuji in the background. And I didn't expect to enjoy that game as much as I've been enjoying that game, but that game, I've been playing the hell out of that thing. I've done almost every career like sets of races that you can do. I've designed a lot of vehicles that I've had a few hundred downloads so far of some of the vehicles I've done. I did a Audi Le Mans Series RS7 that a lot of people have been downloading. It looks just like the real car. That took me a long time to do. That took probably about 4 or 5 hours to put that together. Many layers of stickers and shapes and colors. But the selection of cars in that game is cool. It's got the sound of the cars is awesome. I like the way the controller, vibrates and shakes and shit when you run up on the warning tracks or if you bang into a car. It sounds awesome on headphones too. But and they did a really good job with the cars themselves. Like the interiors of the cars are like identical to what they are in real life. All right, we should be getting close now to our top of descent. What's it say here? Yeah, about 8 minutes. I'm gonna expect to start seeing our airport showing up here pretty soon. Being that we're 25 miles out, we're probably we're probably still 100 and some miles away from the airport. All right, fuel remaining. Yeah, we're okay there. Leg of the trip. Distance. I wonder if we can get the distance to the actual. Let's see if we can get distance to the, like, how much longer we have on the flight. Let's see if we can get that to show up. I'm sure there's a setting for that. Aviation, no. Inset, no. No, where do we see that before? So utilities, setup, avionics. Here we go. All right, distance. Yeah, where's the distance to destination? DTG. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I don't think there's been one episode of the Airplane Show where I haven't called myself an idiot. That seems to be a pretty common theme with the Airplane Show. Airplane Show! Yeah, we got 212 miles to our destination. I don't know what ENR stands for. Estimated something. You know what? We can look it up, actually. It's estimated something. Where was that at? Utilities, setup, avionics, MFD fields. ENR, ETA to final destination. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Because that makes sense. ENR really equates to final destination. Idiots. I don't think we have 21 minutes to our final destination. We haven't even started our descent yet. That makes no That makes no sense at all. Like 0.00000 cents. That's not my fault. Oh yeah, what's our transition altitude for our descent? 14,000 feet as well. And I believe there's a way to look up the METAR information. Oh man, I don't want to screw anything up. All right, where did I see that before? Was it under weather? No. Performance maybe? No. Maybe utilities? Nope. Oh, we were just utilities. Aircraft systems. Temperature, synoptics, no. Maybe under. Where did I see that before? I know it was when we were entering the flight plan. Maybe it's like at the. Maybe we need to go to the very bottom of the flight plan. Let's click on this and see if we can. Nope, that's not it. Was it under procedures? I know I saw it in here because I remember setting it up like. Oh, here we go. Weather. Okay, very good. All right, load METAR data. Yep, landing configuration, full anti-ice off, landing factor, auto throttle off, and wow, look at all the info it gives you. Jesus Christ. But it's got the wrong airport. How the hell does it have the wrong airport for our landing? RJAH. How the hell? I tell you what, why does it make our job so difficult? That's crazy. Okay, 03 right. All right, let it finish calculating its shit. All right, we're still not at our top of descent yet. We're very close though. What entire nation? I saw that zero. You can't hide from me, Microsoft. I saw that. Trying to mess with me. Putting 0 for the landing weight. See that? Did it again. All right, load METAR data. There we go. I wonder if that METAR data is what's also in Navigraph. Let's see here. Q1018. Oh, of course it's in the wrong thing. Yeah, oh, I'll be damned. Yep, same info as Navigraph. All right, very good. All right, runway, landing configuration, landing data. All right, VAP and VREF is 104. There we go. So 111's VREF. All right, very good. So I don't remember where we just found that at actually. procedure, arrival. No. It was close to, it was somewhere in, are we starting our descent yet? Oh, we should be, man. We pretty close to the damn airport. There it is right there. Hey, there's Tokyo. Look at that, RJTT. Tokyo Haneda. All right, let's go back. It was procedures. Was it under approach? Where the hell did we just find all that weather information? Performance? No. Flight plan. Is it under flight plan options? No. It wasn't under VNav. Could have sworn it was just under procedures. And let's see here, approach. Starting to stutter again. It must know we're getting close to an airport. All right, let's reduce our speed since we're descending. This thing has been great all flight, and now it's starting to do the stutter step thing again. Makes no damn sense to me. Alright, where the hell did we see that shit at? Let's go back. No, it wasn't aircraft systems. No. I could have sworn it was. It's really starting to worry me now with this stuttering that it's doing again. I mean, it's been great all flight. I would really hate for it to start screwing up now. You can see it as I'm moving the cursor around. Maybe if I click on this again, let's click on the airport. No, that's not it. Let's go to approach. Nope, that's, oh shit. Cancel. I see it. Oh, landing data. Okay, very good. I'll remember that now. So I won't forget you this time, I promise. All right, and we need to be at 25,000 feet by Dago. What's the altitude after Dago? 6,000. That's a big jump. Oh, Teo, okay. 18,000. feet. We got a good descent going. We'll do that. I think it's at a 13-mile DME arc, which if you haven't flown one of those by hand, like using like an old style CDI and an old style VOR indicator, those are actually kind of fun, where you have to like twist 10, turn 10, do like those things are kind of fun. I have a couple of videos I believe I did a while ago with those. You know, you're flying against the radials of the VOR, and you have to, you know, keep a certain distance, you know, from the VOR station in order to fly the radio, you know, the arc correctly. Nowadays, it's just pretty much done by autopilot, but if you have two CDI indicators, you know, like Nav1 and Nav2, you can certainly fly it pretty easily. You need DME equipment too. You need the distance measuring equipment to show you, you know, where your plane is in ratio to the airport. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. You see that shit? How it kicked the navigation off? Wonder why I did that. I believe we actually need to be at 3,000 feet, but... Alright, Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's see if it corrects itself. Let's get it ready just in case it doesn't. Alright, it's correcting itself. Very good. We actually need to be minus 3,000 feet, actually. There's the path, there's the V path needle right there. I wonder if it's gonna kick back on again. Nope, it just went away again. There we go. Now it picked it up again. Whew. This could give you a heart attack, this flight. Well, we knew it was going to be difficult with this type of landing, you know, being that it's, you know, some of the turns that this plane has to make. But, I mean, they obviously fly it in real life because the charts are available and two systems calculated that, you know, Simbrief and Navigraph both, you know, confirmed that it's a valid flight. I wonder if we're going to get down to the right altitude in time, or if we're going to have to do a go around. Yeah, at Gio, we need to be over 6,000 feet. That's not a problem. And then Teo is the entrance to the arc. And we have a max of 8,000 feet at Teo. So I'm going to tell you right now, if we're not down to 8,000 feet by Teo, we're going to go around. Oh shit, I got to lower the altitude. Fuck. All right, let's lower this to 8,000 feet. Does this have a... No, I was looking to see if this had a setting for approach mode. So like in the 737 on this old style barometer, there's an approach mode, and it actually has the vertical needle and the horizontal needle much earlier than shows up in the PFD over here in the CDI. All right, let's zoom in just a little bit. Let's zoomy a little bit. I guess we'll do 5. We don't need the other screen showing shit. We can just leave it right here. All right, is there a max speed as well? Usually there's some sort of max speed. So flight level, I don't see a max speed anywhere. Usually when you're flying some sort of approach, usually there's a max speed, but I mean, obviously we use common sense. You don't want to fly too fast. You know, you don't want to be at like 300 knots or 250 knots. You know, you want to F1, F2. Here, that's flaps 1. Let me check that out. Is that really flap speed? That was over here. Come on, why aren't you working? No, not there. Performance. No, see, 200 knots is flap 1, not where they have that there. That's crazy. Why would they do that? All right, I think we're going to be at the correct altitude. All right, we need to adjust our barometer. It's Q1018. So let's adjust this. All right, 1018, there we go. I have no idea what it is on the other one. Sure, that looks close enough. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to look at the calculator right now. All right, so it looks like we're going to be okay. Teo is 8,000 feet. Let's program that. At or below 0, 8, 0. Alright, well, we might as well put this all the way down to 1500 at this point. That's our glide scope capture point. Alright, we're doing okay so far. I'm very skeptical that this autopilot's going to hold itself together through this arc, but let's see what happens. I mean, it's got a couple of pretty wild turns coming up here. So let's see what happens. Alright, I guess we should put the safety systems on. And we can put our landing lights on. Since we're going through some cloud cover, maybe that'll help people see us. Alright, well, we're a little high at Teo. Oh, I'm sorry, D15 is 8,000. Oops. I typed the wrong thing in. Oh well, it'll be alright. Is this thing not, Okay, we're doing okay so far. Alright, let's slow down a little bit. We should probably, I would say we should probably be somewhere around 210 knots for this arc. So let's slow down a little bit. You can see our localizer is starting to capture itself. You know, it's, or at least activated right now. We have our speeds right here. And let's turn on nav 1. Will be bearing number 2. And you can see we got ILS for nav right here. All right, now let's do this. Let's put out flaps 1. That'll help us stay at a certain speed while we're doing this arc. That'll help us stay below 200 knots while we're doing this arc when you have the flaps extended like that. All right, here we are making our turn into the arc. And we're going to keep on descending gradually. I don't know if they would have the flaps out at this point in real life, but this is not real life. And I'm not a real pilot. So I'm just going with what I think. If somebody knows what they would really do, you're more than welcome to correct me. I might not tell everybody else that you corrected me, but I'll certainly read the comment. Flap speed. Flaps 2 is 160 and flaps full is 140. Okay. So So 160 and 140. Another thing you could do is also put the gear down, but we're not going to do that just yet. We could actually fly this arc by hand, since we have a flight plan shown, you know, on the screen. Since we have the path laid out on the map, it'd be pretty easy to follow. Maybe by the time we get to like between this DM 165M and this one, we'll activate heading mode and then, you know, activate approach mode at that point. I think that's what we'll do. Because by the time we make that final turn, our initial approach fix for this landing is at 3 miles, 6, 7 miles, you know, about 10 miles out. So it's a pretty cool landing, actually. I love the land, like any kind of landing where you're like coming in over water. I think those are like some of the coolest. All right, let's slow down a bit more. We're making we got a couple more turns. Let's get down to maybe like 180 knots. If you haven't already, take 1 second out of your day and click on that little box that says subscribe, and you know, otherwise you may hurt my feelings. I don't want to cry myself to sleep tonight. I'm a grown man. Don't let me cry myself to sleep tonight. I don't want to do it. Click the thumbs up. I got a few of y'all have already done it. I know most of y'all are going to catch this after I record it, but it's all good. I'm begging you to help me out. Help me so I can feed my children. I'm not monetized, so it really helps me out. That'd be really cool though if I could do this like full time. But I'm very far away from making that happen, and it's a very small segment of people that actually like watch these, these videos. But it's all good. It doesn't really put me out of my way to record these. I mean, it's, I'm playing it anyways. It's pretty simple just to throw it up online. All right, let's see what we're doing here. We're getting ready to make our next turn. Let's zoomy a little bit more. Let's zoomy. Now I think we're still descending a bit too fast, personally. Like it's not really following the guide. Well, you know what? Yeah, actually it kind of is now that I'm looking at the chart. What are we at? D137? 165. That's mandatory 1500. Okay, no, I stand corrected. We're doing okay. Now, generally, when you're flying an arc, you want to keep the speed constant. You don't want to really go up or down too much with the speed, because that really throws off when you need to turn the plane. So I think we can try to keep this at 180 for the rest of our arc, and then, put the landing gear down once we make our final turn, and then slow down to our, approach speed. I don't know what category landing this does. I don't know if it's a category 1, 2, or 3. I really doubt this plane does a category 3 landing. I don't really think it'll roll out and flare and do all that on its own, but you never know. I've been wrong many times in my life, and it would not surprise me if I'd be wrong again. So, all right, let's once we make this turn here, we're gonna activate heading mode. once the pink line shows up, all right, there we go. So let's activate heading mode. Let's turn a little bit. Let's come over here. Let's activate localizer and let's activate approach mode. Let's put our next set of flaps down. A little too slow right now. Let's speed up just a little bit. I was trying to hit the button to increase the speed, but a lot of times when your cursor is over a button, like here and here, it won't allow you to use one of the buttons at that point, because it thinks you're trying to push that button, so it won't allow you to increase or decrease the speed at that point. All right, you can see localizer and glide scope are showing up on our display there. All right, let's reduce our speed a little bit because we're a little too fast for flaps 2. A little too fast. And we're not going to adjust our angle at this point because we're a little too inside. Well, actually, let's adjust outside a little bit. We're a little too inside the arc at this point. We want to make sure we stay a certain amount of miles away from the VOR station. We can get ready to start making our turn, our next twist, as it would be. All right, you can see the glide scope has just showed up. Let's make another turn. Reduce our speed a little bit. Let's make our turn towards the runway here. Now this localizer should capture momentarily. I put our course a little bit out to try to capture that localizer. We're still not at the right angle yet, so we're not at the right radial. So we need to wait for that CDI needle to center up. There we go, localizer is captured. We just grabbed that bitch and punched it in the face. You see that? You see how bloody that localizer is? All right, we can put our landing gear down now. And we can go flaps full. Let's increase our speed a bit so we don't fall out of the sky. Jesus, that's a lot of thrust. And VREF again is, so approach is 122, VREF is 111. Now we're going to be on this course momentarily until the glide scope captures, and then once it captures, then we can really reduce our thrust at that point because we'll be descending. $28, is that the right course? No, 27 is the course. All right, still plenty of time to fix it. So we just made our little correction. Now this needle should be coming down. So we're at the correct, pretty much the correct approach speed. We're at 120. We should be at 122, but you know, that's pretty dang close. And I would say when we're about 5 or 6 miles out, the glide scope should, oh, you can see it's starting to come down now actually. That little blue diamond under that G right there, that G for Greg. That G for go hit the subscribe button. All right, let's increase our speed a bit. Increase it a little bit more for now. We'll reduce it when we start descending. Any moment that glide scope should capture. There's no reason it shouldn't capture. There we go, glide scope is now captured. We can start reducing our thrust a bit because we're going to be descending now. Plane's making some small corrections to make sure we're lined up on the right course. Now I'm gonna let this plane do its thing. I'm gonna ride this autopilot all the way down. I want to see what kind of landing this plane does. I want to see if it does actually land on its own, or if you know, you need to take control of it to put actually wheels down on the ground. I think this ILS at this airport allows for Category 2. I actually didn't look that up. I don't have the chart open anymore. I don't know if it's just a Category 1 or if it allows Category 2 and 3. You know what? I don't even know if that makes a difference in the simulator, to be honest. I don't know if the simulator keeps track of that kind of stuff like it is in the real world. Let's see if this plane gets close. The Mitsubishi MU-2, this newish kind of plane that well, it's an old plane, but it's new on the simulator. I tried to use the ILS to land that plane. That thing tried to land me 5 miles away from the airport. And it was showing perfect, like everything was lined up perfectly. The glide scope was perfect, like everything was perfect. And it tried to land me 5 miles away from the airport. We're looking okay so far. Speed is good. Still locked in. Let's see if it lands itself.
100. Minimums. 50.
It's a little off course, but it does land itself. Little off course, but hey, we're on the ground, baby. Look at that. Look at that. One side of Japan to the other in the same plane. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's it for the airplane show tonight. I'm sure I'm gonna do another one tomorrow. Got some new toys to play with. So maybe we'll do a Sirius, the SR-22. Maybe we'll do a 737. Maybe we'll do the A310. Maybe we'll take that beat-ass Dreamliner and bash that around the clouds for a little bit. It's like, I wouldn't do it on this one. I'd do that in the Aerofly. But that's about it. Thanks for whoever's going to watch. Thanks for watching. Next time, I don't know which simulator we're going to be in, which aeroplane or what part of the Earth, but we're going to do it together and see you over the friendly skies of Mother Earth. This is Greg signing off. Enjoy the rest of your whatever night you see this on. And that's about it. See ya.